a decade. They are ready to roar.
This is definitely a dream come true, but we definitely got some business to take care of.
That ball spanked through for a base hit, and the Tigers will draw first blood. Torkelson down the left field line and to the wall. 3-0. The Tigers keep the pressure on.
Caught with a backhanded leap by Matt Fairley.
Tigers win Game 3, and they now lead 2-1.
Just grind and stay in the fight and just keep going.
It is a picture-perfect autumn night downtown Detroit. The postseason vibes are immaculate here at Comerica Park. We welcome you to the 2024 American League Division Series. It's presented by Booking.com. This is Game 4. The Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Tigers, our first elimination game. The Tigers have the Guardians on the brink of elimination, trying to advance to the championship series. The gritty Tigers, that has been their mantra for the last 2 months, are up 2-1 in this series. Their first postseason in a decade. Their first postseason win yesterday in 11 years. What's at stake? Their last championship series was 2013. Their last pennant was 2012. And a World Series title, their fourth, back in 1984. And with that, we welcome you. Hi, everybody. Welcome from Comerica Park in Detroit. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Jeff Francoeur. We'll hear from Lauren Jabara in just a moment. Well, as you can hear, it is still rocking here. They certainly picked them up yesterday with their first win in this ballpark in 11 years. And for the Tigers, they're 4-1 right now, Frenchie, in the postseason. They are no longer the underdog.
No, you can hear this crowd. This place electric right now, and they're not sneaking up on anybody. Look, the way, the strength of this bullpen for this team, Tarek Skubal, no one is worried about this team any more surprised than anybody. They are good, and today it's going to be interesting. A.J. Hinch going with Reese Olson. We saw him throw 5 innings of really good baseball in Cleveland in Game 1, and now he's given him the start in this game. So, but with A.J. Hinch, you never know which way he's going to go.
Reese Olson pitched well. He went 5 innings. He was the bulk pitcher in that game, his first postseason start. Now, as for the Cleveland Guardians, this was the team that had the second best record in the American League. They got the bye into this division series. They're on the brink of elimination right now. How do they get this one back to Cleveland in front of their home fans?
Offense. Their pitching's been outstanding. They have to score. This team's now gone 20 innings without scoring a run. And for Stephen Vogt, they need early runs. It starts as this guy right here, Stephen Kwan. He's been outstanding. 5 for 11 this series. Just been really on base every single time. Josh Naylor has had a good series, BA. He's had a couple balls in the gap. But to me, it starts with the heart and soul of this team, and that's number 3 hitter, Jose Ramirez. 1 for 9 this series, and you get the feeling he's due for a big hit. And for Cleveland, if he can do that, we might have a Game 5 Saturday night.
He is one of the game's great players. Ramirez is going to be called upon heavily here tonight. Stephen Vogt and the Guardians against the Tigers, A.J. Hinch. We got Game 4. We're going to hear from Lauren Jabara. Didn't get you lineups in first pitch. Let's do it. Brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Just about ready for Game 4 of this best-of-5 division series, as we send it down to the third member of our team in front of that Guardians dugout, Lauren Jabara. Hi, Lauren.
Hey guys, this place is rocking right now, but the biggest focus for the Guardians today, get the offense going. 20 consecutive scoreless innings for them. It's a postseason franchise record. Now hearing from Stephen Vogt, he said he told his guys, relax, have fun, it's baseball. Let's do what we did to get here to this point. And I talked to Jose Ramirez, and asked him, you're the veteran leader of this team. You've had that postseason experience. What is your message to the guys on this team? He said, look, it's just baseball. He said the Tigers started the series with 17 straight scoreless innings, and here we are. So we don't change anything from today. We had some good hits in last game. We just didn't make those timely plays to make these things happen. So all we have to do today is focus on what we can do, play our game, and they're ready, guys. Backs against the wall. Should be fun.
Veterans approach. Love to hear that from Jose Ramirez, and he figures to be a big factor in tonight's Game 4 for Stephen Vogt as we check that batting order for the Guardians with Stephen Kwan, Kyle Manzardo, then Jose Ramirez. In the middle, it's Josh Naylor, Lane Thomas, and Will Brennan. Andres Jimenez, Bo Naylor, and Brian Rocchio round out the starting 9 that will get the call against Reese Olson, the young right-hander who was excellent in the bulk role in game one. Now he gets his first postseason start, Jeff.
Outside of the first pitch he threw, he was outstanding. Went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, had 4 Ks, only 1 walk. And A.J. Hinch actually even told us today, maybe I should have started him. Well, here he is. He gets that chance in game 4.
Stephen Kwan digs in. We are ready to go. Tigers and Guardians, both out of the American League Central. And we have arrived at game 4 and a Steve Reich call to get us started. Home plate umpire is Todd Tishner tonight. He's also the crew chief. If we are in need of a replay, he'll be the man to administer that. And a swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. Olsen has excellent stuff. We saw a terrific changeup from him. He doesn't throw many curveballs, but he just launched a nice one there to get to 0-2. And there's that changeup. That's a big part of his repertoire, Frenchie.
Yeah, he had the Guardians hitters out front. And those 5 innings that he threw in game 1, and maybe that's why you might see a few more curveballs mixed in this game. Give a different look.
No balls, 2 strikes to count. Kwan takes a ball, 1-2. If the Guardians win tonight, there'll be a day off tomorrow for travel. It's just a 2.5-hour drive from Detroit to Cleveland. There'll be a workout tomorrow, and then game 5 would be Saturday. That's a base hit into left center. Stephen Kwan continues his hitting ways. Now on a 9-game postseason hitting streak, his 6th hit of this division series.
Yeah, catching Olsen today, of course, Jake Rogers behind the plate. Zach McKinstry back at third base. Sweeney, Keith, and Torkelson at first base, and in the outfield for the Tigers, Riley Green in left, Parker Meadows in center, of course, and Matt Bierling goes from third to right tonight.
He made a game-saving catch yesterday at third base, saved a couple of RBIs. A 3-0 Tigers win. All 3 games have been shutouts. Unusual to get this deep in a series, and one team unable to score. Cleveland won game 1 7-0, and then back-to-back 3-0 Tigers wins. Kyle Manzardo in that starting lineup, got just 1 at-bat. He was in the starting lineup yesterday, but he was pinch hit for prior to his 2nd at-bat. I think Stephen Vogt figures he's going to get a little bit of a run here today. Looking for his first hit of the postseason, and he takes a strike.
And we talked about in the open, Kwan now 6 for 12 in this series, so he's getting on at a beautiful clip. There's just nobody behind him that's been able to get that hit to bring him in.
Three balls and a strike on Manzardo. Reese Olson. A couple of starts against Tanner Bybee in the regular season. Then he matched up against him out of the bullpen in game 1, and he's going to get another matchup against Bybee. That is a base hit into right center field. Manzardo singles and back-to-back hits. The Guardians in business here in the first inning. 2 on, nobody out.
Well, Olsen fell behind right here, so 3-1 he had to come to him. Juan thought about trying to get a jump there, and he got a late jump, but first and second, this is kind of what we talked about, right? Now you got Ramirez and Naylor, your 2 guys you want up. Can one of them deliver and break this 20-inning scoreless streak for the Guardians?
2 for 19 runners in scoring position since the first inning of game 1. They had 5 hits in the first inning of game 1. One of those was Ramirez. It was originally scored as an error, changed the next day to a double and an RBI. That's his lone hit. Since that first inning, Guardians have just 12 hits in the last 25 innings. And they have really struggled with runners in scoring position. That is a swinging strike. Third base umpire Adam Beck raises the thumb.
I don't think Stephen Vogt liked that one bit. The count should be 2-0. Got him on a changeup.
2 on, nobody out. Instant threat for the Guardians. And Ramirez drives one down the right field line. It is hooking, and it is a foul ball. Hit it hard out in front of a changeup, however. The count
Had a ball and 2 strikes.
You know, it's funny, we saw that curveball mix, BA. We're seeing a heavy diet of these changeups right now. And Olson's lucky he's getting this one back. You can see just hooked enough at the end. But they're on time on that pitch right now.
Just 1 for 9 in this division series. Ramirez takes a ball. Nice pick back there by Jake Rogers. Keeps the runners at first and second. Keeps a double play in order. Both of these teams play excellent defense. Count is 2-2. Olson delivers, and that's pulled foul.
You know, you look, just this heavy diet of changeups right here. And look, he's got a great changeup, BA, but you got to still be able to establish a fastball as you're going. We've seen 4 or 5 now, I think 4 in a row.
Another 2-2. This crowd is quiet early here. Anxious moments as Ramirez pops it up into left field. And that'll be the game's first out. A big bat to retire. Ramirez starting to fight it a little bit. You can see it in his body language.
Well, and you can see finally Jake Rogers gets Olson to throw that fastball, and he's late on it after those 4 changeups in a row. You can see right there those numbers. Again, Stephen Vogt just hoping someone can get a hit to break this thing for the Guardians.
Now here's Josh Naylor. Had a hit yesterday. 3 for 11 this postseason. And Naylor takes a first pitch strike in there with a fastball. Big hole opening up on the left side. The Tigers believe anything on the ground Naylor's going to pull. And Kwan takes off, pitches outside, no throw to third base. Then Zardo stayed put at first. That's going to be a stolen base for Kwan. An important steal. He gets there with less than 2 outs. Now first and third for Naylor.
Well, what a great job. He had him timed up. And you could see him timing him up when Ramirez was hitting that whole time, and he finally got the green light there. That's one of those you got to make sure you're safe. If you go now, you got a chance sack fly, different ways to get a run.
1-1 to count on Naylor. Misses outside again. Another curveball. Throwing more curveballs in this first inning than he normally does. Giving up 2 hits to start it. Gave up a 2-strike hit to Kwan. A 3-1 single to Manzardo. Tigers set up for a double play ball. And a swing and a miss. Changeup. Corkscrewed him in the left side of that box.
I'll tell you what, Naylor took this swing. He had one idea here. He was trying to hit a 3-run homer. Oh boy, great pitch. Got him way out front.
Just died.
Yep.
That is a big pitch in Reese Olson's toolbox. Guardians desperate for a big hit. Naylor, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. He gave him another changeup. So Ramirez and Naylor retired. 2 outs now. Still runners at the corners.
Wow, look at the depth of that changeup. You see the drop on that pitch right there? He went on 2-1 and got Naylor on it, came right back with it. Now, Lane Thomas, the guy who hit the 3-run homer off Olson in game 1 on that first pitch slider.
You're on it, and you got to watch the first pitch. It was Olson's first batter faced. And he's on the first pitch and a base hit to right field. Kwan will score. Lane Thomas gets Olson again on that first pitch. It's an RBI single to right, and the Guardians strike first here in game 4.
Well, I'll tell you what a job by Lane Thomas. You talk pressure, your 3-4 hitters couldn't get him in here. And he kind of took the dumb down approach we talk about, right? Let the ball travel, shot it the other way, knowing, hey, everybody loved the 3-run homer, but they just needed a run, something to get them relaxed.
See if that releases the valve now. Here's Will Brennan. Takes a first pitch breaking ball, able to check his swing. So ball 1 to Brennan. Brennan started yesterday as well, but did not get an at-bat. Pinch hit for before his turn came around. 1-1. Guardians score their first run since the 6th inning of Game 1. And their long scoreless inning streak is over at 20. Olsen with 2 men aboard. And that one misses, a big curve. That was David Fry's 2 RBI double in the 6th inning. A 7-0 Guardians win in Game 1. Manzardo and Thomas take their leads, and out in front of it, little chopper foul makes it 2-2.
I'll tell you what, with everything going on this inning right here, if he's able to get out at just kind of 1, I think if you're A.J. Hinch, you feel pretty good about that, because this had the ability to be a big inning for the Guardians.
Olsen did not allow a first inning run as a starter in the regular season. He made 22 starts this year. A little cue shot to third base. And McKinstry will make the play to end the inning. But the Guardians finally scored. In Cleveland, they say hallelujah. We're on the board. Lane Thomas again, his 4th RBI of this postseason. Tigers with Parker Meadows leading off, Kerry Carpenter, Matt Vierling, and then the middle is Riley Green, Cole Keith, Spencer Torkelson. Bottom 3, Zach McKinstry, Trey Sweeney, and Jake Rogers. And that's the lineup, Frenchie, that will match up against Tanner Bybee. Was the Game 1 starter, back around here for Game 4.
Yeah, you can see those numbers down, 4 2/3, 6 Ks, only 4 hits given up. And one thing that A.J. Hinch talked today, when you're facing a guy like Tanner Bybee, he said you got to go after that fastball. He had trouble the first inning, kind of overhyped, we thought. Boy, he settled down and had a good fastball in Game 1.
4 2/3 scoreless innings for Bybee as he gets a swing and a miss from Parker Meadows. Tigers are seeing Bybee for the 6th time this year. 4 starts in the regular season and his 2nd start in this division series. Meadows, the speedy center fielder. He has been excellent. And he takes a strike. 1-2 the count.
See, that's what happens, right? You swing at that 1-0 pitch on the changeup, you might start thinking a little bit, and then 96 paint. Again, to me, you cannot come off the fastball.
Bybee is a strike thrower when he's right. Pounds the strike zone. That's been a philosophy of his. He came out of spring training, wanted to challenge for the top spot in that rotation. Shane Bieber, the ace, former Cy Young Award winner, injured after just 2 starts, and Bybee has stepped up. That's off the end of the bat, little flare into center field, and that is going to fall, a base hit. And the speedy Meadows on his way to second with a hustle double. Dropped in the triangle out there. And Meadows recognized that, threw it into 5th gear, and it's a leadoff double for the Tigers in the 1st.
Well, I'll tell you what, B.A., this ball was in the air a long time for me not to be caught. I know it hit that little triangle, but looking here, it looked like Lane Thomas had a beat on it from center field. We all know that changeup got it off the end of the bat, probably broke his bat. You almost feel like Lane Thomas was coming in to catch it and then saw Brennan out of the corner of his eyes and stopped. And
yeah, Brennan was the one who was the most aggressive. Instant opportunity for the Tigers. Here's Kerry Carpenter, the Game 2 hero. A 9th inning, 2 out, 2 strike, 3-run home run off Emmanuel Clase that flipped this series on its ear. Tigers won Game 2. They evened the series at 1 apiece, and then won last night to put the Guardians on the brink. Carpenter turns and burns on one and pulls it way foul. Pull hitter, Frenchie?
yeah, just a little bit, you think, but at the end of the day, you're right. It really flipped the game, and you can see right there, longest hit streak to begin, Parker Meadows. Outstanding start here to this postseason in his young career. You're right, the 17 innings, the Tigers really nothing offensively, and they rode that momentum Game 3, and here they are in 4 again, getting a break early.
Carpenter got the start yesterday, was 0 for 1 with a walk, ultimately pinch hit for him. And he skies out into foul grounds, not a lot of room back there. Bo Naylor will give it a look, and in the 2nd row. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Kurt Gibson threw out the ceremonial first pitch. Kerry Carpenter kind of moves himself into Kurt Gibson lore.
Yeah, he got a big hand, didn't he?
Yeah.
Being back here, it's always good seeing Gibby at the park.
A memorable ninth inning go-ahead home run. Off a closer. Gibson's off Dennis Eckersley, of course. Gary Carpenter's off the most dominant closer in the game, Emmanuel Clase. There's Gibby. Michigan State. Great Tiger. One of the most memorable home runs in World Series history as a Dodger. And now a Tigers broadcaster with Jason Benetti and company. Great to see Gibby on the field before the game. Carpenter takes a ball, 2-2 the count. Hustle double to start it for Meadows. Carpenter in a 2-2 count. Bybee deals and he misses. Trying to change up. Doesn't quite have the feel of that in this first inning.
It's kind of a little bit like that first inning we saw in game one. You know, he's amped up. Everything was high. If you remember in that first inning, BA, even the changeup, everything was up in the zone, and then he calmed down. And really after that went to work down in the zone. You get the feeling here too, a little amped up, I'm sure. Hostile crowd, season on the line.
You can always tell with the fastball of Bybee, he has missed on all 4 of his fastballs for strikes, which sets up everything else. The 3-2 pitch, and Carpenter fouls it back. There's his first strike with a fastball. Carpenter chased one. Three and 2 the count. Just getting started here at Comerica Park. And Bybee deals and a swing and a miss. High fastball got him. So Carpenter strikes out. First out for Tanner Bybee as we check in with Lauren Jabara.
You guys talked about him and how he's kind of settling down as the game goes on. One thing that he said now that it's postseason, he said, I'm trying to walk slower from the bullpen to take everything in, not speed myself up. He said earlier in the season, he felt like things would go bad for him when he was amped up and really energetic before the game. So he's trying to slow his game down, not be emotional. And he said that's a good way to slow down the game before it even starts. And watching him, I saw him do it, guys. He was walking real slow before the game started. So he's settling in now.
Yeah, and you would think maybe that strikeout right there can get him settled down. Got away with one. Another ball that was up in the zone, and Carpenter chased it. So maybe that will settle the young righty down.
Made his first career postseason start in game 1. Second time around now, but on the road. Facing Matt Vierling, who takes a ball inside. Fastballs all over the place. I don't think he's gotten 2 strikes with a fastball. Those are swinging strikes. He hasn't put one in the square yet, though.
No, but he's got to be careful with Vierling. Vierling 3 for 11 in career BA against Tanner. 2 home runs he's clipped him for.
Vierling's had a nice series and made a great play defensively yesterday. Out in front, was fooled on that breaking ball and a pop-up in the infield. And Jimenez will put it away for out number 2.
But what a beautiful slider right there. That has been his pitch this year. Hitter's hitting 152 off that slider, and you see 2-0 right there. That's the pitch that gets him back in the count, and he got an easy fly ball.
Bybee went 4 2/3 innings in game 1, struck out 6, only threw 76 pitches in that game as he faces the all-star Riley Green. Parker Meadows still at second base, and Green watches one up and away. Another missed fastball for Bybee. Meadows will be off with a crack of the bat. He'll score easily if the ball hits the outfield grass. Guardians lead 1-0. We play in the home first. In the air, shallow left. Kwan is over. The Gold Glover settles in to make the play, and the side is retired. Tanner Bybee works around a leadoff flare double. Strands him at second base. It's 1-0 Cleveland. Keys and Royals. That'll be game 4 in that one, with the Yankees putting the Royals on the brink of elimination. Tomorrow, Fox takes over Padres, Dodgers. Series all tied at 2 apiece. And congratulations to the New York Mets. The Mets eliminate their division rival, the Philadelphia Phillies. Mets coming out of the wild card, the 6th wild card. They beat the Brewers, now beat the Phillies, and they're headed to the NLCS. How about the run for the Mets?
What a job Carlos Mendoza has done in his first year there as skipper. Like at the end of May, they were way out of it and climbed back in. Lindor with that grand slam, of course, an old Guardian there. We're used to seeing that.
Yeah, Francisco Lindor was part of the trade that brought Andres Jimenez to Cleveland. Jimenez leading off this 2nd inning. He's back in the 21 season. Jimenez was an all-star in the American League the next year in 22. He's been one of the premium defenders in the game in his time in Cleveland as he chops that one foul.
As you said, though, Mets, BA a 6 seed. We've seen it now. 2022 World Series, Philly a 6 seed in the World Series. Last year, a 6 seed versus a 5 seed in the World Series. And now, of course, a 6 seed on to the NLCS. And
a swing and a miss. Olsen has to secure it. Rogers does to secure the strikeout, and one away to start this 2nd inning. There is something to be said about staying hot, playing hot. The Tigers are a perfect example. The whole rest versus rust discussion. Tigers won 31 of their last 44 games. They ride it into the postseason. They beat the Astros in 2 on the road. They won 3 of their first 4 road games in the postseason, and that big split in Cleveland. Then they come home, a little bit more pressure in front of their home fans, and they answered all of those questions with a victory yesterday and another shutout win.
yeah, look, I think this is baseball. You get 6 days off. You can prepare every way you want. We've heard it. Simulated games, have fans come in the stands. At the end of the day, these teams continue to play, and they're hot.
Swing and a miss. Bo Naylor strikes out. And Olsen comes back with back-to-back Ks to start this 2nd inning.
Yeah, great pitch here. Got him 0-2, and you can see Rogers where he sets up. I mean, Olsen puts it right where he wants. Gets it to his weak spot, lets Naylor chase that pitch for the 2nd out.
3rd strikeout for Reese Olsen. Gave up a run in the 1st, stranded 2 though. Avoided a big inning as he pumped a strike in there on Brian Rocchio. Rocchio's had a nice little postseason here. He's got 3 hits, 3 for 9, had a hit yesterday and a walk. He was on base twice. 0-2 the count. Rocchio not happy with that one. That was in there. Olsen delivering more curves. He might be throwing these Tigers off. 9 consecutive strikes thrown by Reese Olsen going back to last inning. 0-2. Count will stay the same.
Tried to go what he did to Naylor, climb that ladder, and I know it's the bottom part of the lineup, but it looks like a different pitcher this inning compared to last inning. To me, last inning, BA, there might have been a little nerves out there for him. He was wide. You're seeing the command now this inning that you're used to seeing from Olsen.
Yeah, it's understandable. His first career postseason start. I mean, we talked to Alex Cobb before the game.
Yeah.
He started yesterday's game. He's 37 years old. He said, I was fighting it. I had the nerves going in the 1st inning yesterday.
Man, what a great conversation that was with him. He was quite the professional, Alex Cobb.
He's a good man, and he's hoping for another chance. Either out of the bullpen, unlikely. It would have to come most likely in a championship series, which means the Guardians are going to have to win 2 in a row to advance. Alex Cobb coming back, only 3 starts as a Guardian. They threw him into the fire yesterday. Went 3 innings in yesterday's game. That one just missed. Rogers made it look good, but it was off the plate. Rogers makes them all look good. Todd Tishner not biting on the frame, though.
And Olsen Doesn't usually try that more comeback pitch, and that one just stayed inside enough.
3-2 with 2 outs to the number 9 hitter. And he missed. And it's ball 4. So a 2-out walk. Rocchio has shown some good at-bats, and he is aboard to flip the lineup over.
This MLB season, FanDuel is taking you out to every ball game.
Back to the top with Stephen Kwan coming up.
And a big walk with Kwan right here. How hot he's been for this Guardians team. You know, you looked early in the season, man. 919 OPS first half, 618. To me, watching him, and we know he does not have as many bats as second half, but he's shooting the ball the other way. We've seen it. He's using all parts of the field. It's been impressive.
Kwan is the engine of this offense, the one that gets it started. He's a good hitter. He hit more home runs this year than any time in his career. Became a pull home run hitter this season and hit 14 of them. And when he was rolling, making the All-Star team and vying for a batting title, the Guardians as a team and as an offense were rolling. As Kwan takes a strike.
Man, it's so funny to me, right? You see the shift they have on him, BA. Everybody's moved over this way, and he just keeps wearing out the other side. And I know numbers will tell you, okay, he's going to pull it, but he's showing you right now he doesn't care poking one to left field.
This looks a lot like Kwan of years ago, and that's pulled and a broken bat foul. Guardians got off to a great start offensively. They weren't sure what kind of offense they were going to have this season. They knew they were going to have good pitching. They had some trouble in their starting ranks, losing Shane Bieber early. Stephen Vogt knew he had a dynamic bullpen once the season got going. But in the first half, this was a very good offense. OPS of 721. They averaged nearly 5 a game. Post All-Star break, just shy of 4 runs a game, and the OPS dropped, and it's been even worse getting into the postseason here. Just over 2 runs a game. They did score in the first. Kwan, little flare, and Sweeney, oh, he almost tripped and fell, but stays on his feet to make the catch. And a scoreless inning for Reese Olson. Picks up a couple of Ks.
'Cause I'm bringing the fire.
With America's largest 5G network. What a crowd. They had nearly 45,000 here last night, their largest crowd ever at Comerica Park, and it'll be about the same. Beautiful sunset. We've hit the golden hour in Detroit, Michigan. Tanner Bybee back out for his second inning. Colt Keith leads off, and another missed fastball. Tried to sinker that time. Tanner Bybee has not thrown one of those heaters in the box yet. He did get a couple of swinging strikes on high fastballs in that first inning. That is a developing story here for Bybee, and he misses again.
Well, and he's trying to throw that sinker so he can get it down, and we're going to go here. Look, BA, in the first inning, look where all those fastballs are. You talked about a Carpenter chase that one you see up above the zone, but again, we saw this game 1. I mean, this was the exact thing that happened in the first inning. And then to me, he started to get down in the zone, and once it clicked, that's when he took off. So I'm sure they're keeping a close eye over there, but it's kind of going the same way it went.
Carl Willis, one of the great pitching coaches in the game. He's got his eyes on him. And now Bybee cannot hear the signal on the pitch comm from his catcher. Todd Tishner allows for a reset to the IT department.
You know, if you're these Tigers hitters right now, to me, you got to be telling yourself, we got to hunt way down in the zone, because you can't, if you're them, you don't want to give him too many strikes up by swinging at him until he shows you he can get in the zone. Like I said, game 1 in the second inning, he showed you he could, and then it was on for him.
Now, you were a Gold Glove outfielder, but people don't know you were a big-time pitcher.
Yeah.
Mop-up guy.
And mop-up guy. I've got 2 innings in my career.
It
so.
feels like a mechanical situation. All the misses are in the same spot.
No, the arm side run, that was me.
2 balls and a strike. New pitch comm works, and another fastball in the same spot, missing up and away.
And they're sinkers. They're not even fastballs right now. He's trying to throw the sinker to get that ball down and still can't get on top of it.
3 balls and a strike on Colt Keith.
Ball 4.
And it's ball 4. Missed with a changeup.
Well, and you're getting the feeling that right now, anytime they're in a hitter's count, he's going to get an off-speed pitch.
Leadoff walk in the second. Your team, your players, your home for postseason baseball. Get personalized highlights and push notifications just for you. Download the MLB app today. Ivy has faced 5 batters thus far, given up a double and a walk. Has yet to throw a first pitch strike until now. Finally gets in there. That's with a slider. Spencer Torkelson had a big hit yesterday. Snapped a long offer. Strike 2, goes back to the slider.
You remember last inning, BA 2-0 to Veerling, 2 fastballs nowhere close, threw that slider and got him to pop up. So you might start seeing him go a lot of off speed here until he can get that fastball zoned in.
I've heard pitchers say that can get you back on the rails. Having to pull through with that slider. That hits Naylor's foot. Ow. And that hurt him. I mean, that might have got the ankle. That ball was headed for the tarp. Keith would have certainly advanced to second, might even advance to third if this doesn't hit Naylor. Oh man, right on the ankle bone. Oof.
Now it's opening hockey night here, right? Kick save and a beauty.
I was waiting for that. Hockey town. Bobby does have a great move. One of the best, actually. He really shuts down a running game. No balls, 2 strikes, and that one just missed. Tried another slider. Stephen Vogt feeling like some of these are going against him right now.
I know that. I don't know how you lay off that pitch right there. Whew.
Torkelson, big RBI double in yesterday's game. He and Colt Keith had long offers going in the postseason. Keith snapped it 0 for 16 in that 6th inning, had a base hit, and then Torkelson drove him in, snapped it 0 for 14 in the 6th inning with the RBI double.
Well, he's coming back with that slider now, BA.
Has to.
Tried to get him off that slider with a fastball in, and now you got to believe he's coming back on the outside corner.
And you see Torkelson waving to his eyes. Pitchers have to make sure the hitter is alert to the pitcher before they throw the baseball. They have to do that. Batter has to get in there before the 8-second mark on the clock. Tishner just gave him a warning. Next one could result in a ball. And that one misses, a changeup. So he didn't go with a slider, he went with a change. Torkelson lays off it impressively. And it's 3-2. McKinstry waits to hit next.
That sounds crazy, but if you're Torkelson here, I'm selling out off speed. He's showing me he can't throw the fastball yet.
Torkelson's got big power. Runner at first. And Torkelson back up the middle. Little flare's going to fall. A base hit. Colt Keith on his way to third. He sat on it. Got the slider. And a base hit puts the Tigers in business in this 2nd inning.
I'll tell you what, BA, this is going to be something Stephen Vogt and them are going to have to keep an eye on right here, because if he becomes just a slider changeup pitcher, you're going to see exactly what Torkelson did. He knew slider was coming. In fact, he was out in front of it a little bit because he was ready for it. And you know that's going on in the Tigers dugout right now. They're saying, look off speed.
Keith knew it, was on the move, goes first to third. Nobody out in the 2nd inning. Here is McKinstry, and another fastball, beg your pardon, changeup, up and away. Ivy just flying open. Got to be a little desperation going on in his mind right now on the mound. Can be a lonely place out there, especially in a postseason game. McKinstry going to make him throw a strike. Generous call, but he does get the strike. on a high fastball.
You remember game one, Carl Willis actually went out there, the pitching coach, in the first inning, kind of calmed him down. A little surprised we haven't seen that conversation yet.
1-0 Guardians. Tigers threatening. And McKinstry. Fastball missing in the same spot. Zach McKinstry got the start in game one with Bybee on the mound and has not played much since. Didn't play last night. Defensive replacement in game two. He was 1 for 3 against Bybee with a Sun double in the left center field in game one. Anxious moments for Tanner Bybee. He cannot find it. 3 balls and a strike. Misses again. Same spot. McKinstry is aboard. The bases are loaded. Nobody out here in the second inning. And here comes Carl Willis.
Not only is he going out there to calm his pitcher down, BA, I got to believe we're going to see that pin get up real quick. I mean, it's an elimination game.
For a pitcher, you go through the whole season, and Bybee has been that guy all year, and you go through your between starts outings. You're always focused on your mechanics. One little tweak. If you're a golfer out there, you know you can just get off a little bit and you hit wayward drives. And right now, Bybee cannot find the release point, which is now speeding everything up for him.
And I think after he gave that hit up to BA to Torkelson, he knows too, I cannot just become a slider changeup pitcher. He's got to be able to establish that fastball. And yeah, again, Carl Willis went out there, if you remember, in game one, and whatever he said calmed him down. Look at, he just closed his eyes right there trying to breathe. He's trying everything he can to slow down that heartbeat right now.
Yeah, and that's to Lauren Jabara's report. He's been going through this visualization, trying to slow it down. Now he's got Trey Sweeney, the rookie shortstop. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Sweeney on the first pitch, a fly ball left center. Going to be plenty deep to get Keith home. Thomas's throw comes to third base, and the Tigers have tied it up. Trey Sweeney, sacrifice fly and an RBI. Sweeney with his second RBI of the postseason, and we're all even at 1 here in the second inning of game 4.
I know that scored a run, but if you're the Guardians on the other side right now, you kind of will trade that. You still got first and second. You got a double play candidate in Rogers, although Rogers has swung the bat pretty good the last couple games.
Hit under 200 in the regular season. He's had a terrific postseason. And be careful on that first pitch if you're Tanner Bybee. First and second, 1 away. And Rogers lines one to short. Caught, throw to second, out! And a double play. Rocchio in his tracks makes the catch. And a base running blunder by Torkelson. He took a couple of hops and he could not get back. Bybee and the Guardians are out of it. A Houdini act. Tanner Bybee gets out of the inning. Tigers do get 1 though, and we are tied at 1 as we go to the third.
And we're going to take a look right here. This is one, right when that ball's hit, you freeze. He took 2 more steps. And you know, BA, you got to circle sometimes. And that ball's right in front of him, so he could see everything. Worst case, it's a base hit. You got bases loaded and 1 out. If you're the Guardians right now, you want to talk about momentum. You were on the ropes, and in 2 pitches, you got out of that inning with 1 run.
Sac fly by Sweeney. Line drive out, turned into a double play off the bat of Rogers. That's a little cue shot out to Sweeney. Makes a nice play. Takes care of Manzardo. And the first out of this third inning.
Wondering down there in the pen if you would see someone continue to throw. We saw that pitch to Rogers. It was almost like he was sitting on that first pitch slider. He was all over that ball. Something to keep an eye on as this inning and next inning continues.
Here's Jose Ramirez now. Takes a strike. Ramirez had a big opportunity in the first inning, right out of the gates. Flew out to left field, lazy little fly ball with 2 on. There were 2 on, nobody out in that first inning. And Ramirez pulls that one, top spinner to Torkelson. Race to the bag, no problem for Reese Olson. It is out number 2. Couple of ground outs to start this third inning. Each season, the Hank Aaron Award is given to the best overall offensive performer in each league. Jose Ramirez is an AL nominee. You can cast your vote for the 2024 award by scanning the QR code or go to MLB.com/Aaron.
Yeah, he's going to be top 4 MVP. That's for sure. And 1 for 11 in this series. And you just feel him trying to do something, right?
Naylor on the first pitch, pulls it foul. It's kind of the way it goes with a struggling offense. Jose Ramirez talked to Lauren before the game. He knows his place on this team. He knows he's got to be that aircraft carrier, as they say. And he's had a tough time. Stephen Vogt says, I am not at all worried about Jose Ramirez. He's been great in the postseason in the past. And he thinks he's going to have a big night tonight, but he's had 2 chances and is 0 for 2. 2 outs in the third for Josh Naylor. On the ground, and it's through for a base hit. Naylor pulls one through, gets it by Cole Keith. 2-out single for Naylor. That's his 4th hit of this division series, and it extends the inning.
Well, I tell you what, Cole Keith, pretty good little second baseman there. That ball was smoked by Naylor. It was past him by the time he could even dive.
Did you feel like this was a fast track?
It is, especially for the North. You play a lot of fields up in the Northern Territory. I guess that's the right word, or the north part of the Northern Territory.
Well, the thick infield grass is.
That's what I'm saying.
That's familiar,
it's slow,
right?
Absolutely. And this is a fast infield here in Detroit.
It's a little Kentucky bluegrass with a hit of Senchimia. That one misses.
It's the one you want to put a ball on and hit a wedge off of.
It does look good. This field is in immaculate condition. The ballpark shines here in downtown Detroit. It's a city coming back alive, and the sports teams are helping that cause. That ball is ripped. Lane Thomas with another barreled up line drive. He's 2 for 2, and back-to-back hits for the Guardians now with 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Will Brennan.
Let me tell you, if I'm Reese Olson, I'm about sick of seeing Lane Thomas, right? The home run the other night, 2 singles today.
Chris Fetter, outstanding young pitching coach, on his way out, former Michigan Wolverine pitching coach. It's interesting, the first 3 innings for Reese Olson, he has given up 2 out base runners. He's given up 3 hits with 2 outs already, and a 2-out walk last inning. So hasn't had that put away out to get him through a clean inning. Sean Gunther starting to get ready as Juan Nieves gets the pitch com set up in his hat.
Yeah, this is so much like the first inning. Will Brennan, and in the first inning, 2 outs, runners at first and second, a chance to add to that 1-0 lead. Now he comes up in that same situation again here, with a chance to put his team back on top.
It'll be a major swing. We're early. We're only in the third. But the Tigers were threatening, only got 1 run out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation, and now the Guardians come right back. 2 on, 2 out. And skips in. Nice play back there by Rogers.
Well, if you're the Tigers, right, the longer you keep this game right where it's at, BA, you got the home crowd, you got everybody involved, you love it. If you're Cleveland, you want to find a way to quiet this crowd and get your bullpen in the game ahead.
Stephen Vogt's very talented bullpen is loaded for bear tonight. He's got all of them ready. Swing and a miss. Big rip and a slider. Brennan in launch mode right there. Tight one. And out ahead of it, kind of a change of pace on that slider.
Yep.
In the low 80s. 1-1 the count. 2-1. Brennan, last time up, Frenchie, grounded to third to end the inning.
Yeah, got him out front on a changeup. It was one of those off the end of the bat that kind of spun over to McKinstry.
First and second, 2 outs. Lays off, tough pitch. Sinking fastball, and it's 3 balls and a strike. On deck, Andres Jimenez. Little rally here for Cleveland. They put 2 on with 2 outs and a hitter's count for Will Brennan. And he pulls one into the screen way out ahead of a breaking ball. Gives you an idea of Olson's confidence in his slider and his off-speed stuff.
Well, he's missed with that fastball down a little bit this inning. 3-2. His pitch has been that changeup. Let's see if he goes to his bread and butter.
Tiger fans trying to help him out. 3-2. Runners go, and a swing and a miss. Got him with a hook. Olson drops the curveball in for strike 3. Inning over. Guardians strand 2. They've left 5. Still 1-1. Caesars Arena, the LCA. Chevy Plaza. Yeah, they're into it. Don't forget TNT Sports on True TV is here, bringing you action from some of your favorite leagues, including the NHL. Watch every night starting at 6 Eastern on True TV. 1-1 game. Parker Meadows leads off for the Tigers.
The Penguins are in town tonight to take on the Wings. Open tonight, actually pushed the Wings back an hour because of the Tigers.
I didn't know you had that mapped out.
Got it all, man.
Traffic control situation. Yep. Maybe we'll head over there after the game tonight. Meadows on the ground. Jimenez gobbles it up. And out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. Wasn't too long ago, Lauren Jabara was over there at the LCA as the in-arena host and dominating over there. Oh, good times, Lauren.
It was great times. That is where I started my career. How crazy, giving out Little Caesars pizzas at Little Caesars Arena.
And eating Coney dogs.
Pizza, make some noise.
And eating Coney dogs.
She's pitched those Coney dogs to us all week. Hadn't quite come through yet.
One of these days.
Bybee misses with a curveball.
Tell you what, both pitchers, BA, though, at the end of the day right now have made a pitch when they've had to make a pitch. It hasn't been pretty. It's been stressful, I guarantee you, for both managers.
Gary Carpenter, he has been chasing the high pitches, a couple of high fastballs he chased, and he just missed a high changeup here. Bybee only threw 2 strikes with a fastball in the 1st inning. Both were swinging strikes from Carpenter, and they were both out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a swing and a miss. Changeup locked in now. That was a good pitch with some tail on it.
I think Gary Carpenter's trying to hit it to the Little Caesars Arena. He is coming out of his shoes right now.
He'll have a moment that he'll never forget in this postseason. In Tigers lore, the stuff of legends. Gary Carpenter's 3-run home run in Game 2. He has taken the humble approach since. So I was just happy to deliver for my team. They deserved it. Our pitching staff deserved it. Said all the right things. Said he couldn't feel his feet on the way around the bases. Yes! Little half swing, he goes. Good block back there by Naylor. Secures the strikeout to his brother. And Carpenter is out. 2 up, 2 down. And all of a sudden, Tanner Bybee looks like he's back on the rails.
Does. That ball's a little bit better down in that zone. And, you know, again, Carl Willis. That visit to the mound, right? Got the fly ball, then the double play.
Well, visit to the mound has produced 5 outs since he went to the mound. You know, pitching coaches, they keep track of that.
Right.
If it's in their favor. If it doesn't work out well, they...
Well, and you talk about a veteran pitching coach with a lot of experience. Well respected all around the league.
You got one of the great veteran pitching coaches, one of the great young pitching coaches in each dugout. Chris Fetter and Carl Willis. Carl Willis has seen a lot of baseball in his career. He has coached a number of Cy Young Award winners, including Sabathia and Cliff Lee, Corey Kluber, Shane Bieber. Ooh, Bybee was walking off on that one. Missed with it.
Wow, that's a pretty good pitch right there.
That's a nice breaking ball.
Yes.
Bierling down on the count, 1-2. Bybee with 2 outs on the ground to short. Rocchio gobbles it up. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for the first time. Nothing but outs since the mound visit by the Yoda, Carl Willis. Still tied at 1.
New customers can bet $5 and pocket $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app and use the promo code HEAT when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
We have arrived at Game 4, an elimination game, as the Tigers up 2-1 in this series. A bunt popped up and a routine play in foul territory. Torkelson runs it down. Jimenez trying to bunt for a base hit on the first pitch of the inning. 1 away.
I'm going to talk about the best out you can possibly get right there.
Let's put you in that manager seat real quick, Frenchie. If you're A.J. Hinch, there's been some traffic for the Guardians. They've stranded 5 runners at this point. They got a first inning run. Reese Olson has 5 strikeouts. He's pitching in his 4th inning.
He's got 2 more batters. He's got 2 more batters. He's going to let him go through twice. You got Quan in the hole right now. And you got Holton down in the bullpen warming up.
Bo Naylor with 1 away. He's the number 8 hitter. Rocchio the number 9 hitter on deck. And A.J. Hinch's bullpen. Holton, who has been so good, struggled in his first game as an opener. Could have fared better in that inning with some better defense, a little different setup for him, but he was great against the Astros, and then he closed it out yesterday. He was lights out, 3 up, 3 down.
Let me tell you where this game's headed right now. We're going to see some power arms here. You're about to see big on big in these 2 bullpens the rest of the time. If you're the Tigers, you know you got Skubal if there's a Game 5, and if you're the Guardians, there's no tomorrow.
1-2 skips in. Got to remember too with Reese Olson, he had a shoulder injury, his throwing shoulder. He was injured in a game in Toronto 3rd week of July and only made 3 starts when he came back. He missed 2 months with that shoulder injury, and his 3 starts he never pitched more than 4 innings. Roll over ground ball right to Keith. 2 up, 2 down for Olson here in the 4th.
We said it all year. What, 7 out of these 13 games were decided by 1 run or less. We could be headed for another one here.
Guardians won the season series 7-6, but they have not met until this postseason since the trade deadline. First ball swinging, Rocchio fouls it away. Advantage Tigers on that front because there are so many players on this Tigers team that are new to the mix. Players that have come up from minor leagues and have been important pieces for A.J. Hinch that had never faced Cleveland.
And then you got guys like Parker Meadows who were down in the minor leagues for 2 months trying to get back, and when he's been hot were the final 2 months of the season. So
Torkelson
the same way. Yes, sir.
Rocchio, number 9 hitter. He walked his last time up. He's had some of the best swings of this postseason. He has 3 hits. Been on base quite a bit, couple of walks. Plays a beautiful shortstop defensively always. Olson looking for a 3 up, 3 down inning. It would be his first. And Rocchio lines one to right field. Back on it is Bierling. He's got it. And the inning is over. And if that is Reese Olson's last inning, it was his best. Now the wheels in motion for these managers. All tied at 1. To the bottom of the 4th we go. A Hinch, and then a bunch of handshakes and fist bumps on his way in. Could be the last we've seen of him tonight. 4 innings, 1 run allowed. coming off a 3-up, 3-down inning. It's a 1-1 game. Tanner Bybee back on the mound. We go to the Tiger half of the fourth with Riley Green leading off for Detroit. Bybee a 3-up, 3-down third. He's retired 5 in a row, producing 6 outs. He got that line drive out, turned into a double play. Game-changing moment for Tanner Bybee. That was to end the second inning.
And then he went 1, 2, 3 in that third. Looks like he's starting to settle down again. And it's so funny, BA, these postseason games, right? In regular season, we won't even be talking about him coming out of the game or someone warming up, but in this game, it's different.
Yep, totally different. Everything changes. Guardians in desperation mode. And Riley Green stings one back up the middle of base hit. Been a career year for Riley Green, a first-time All-Star, and a leadoff single off Bybee. First hit for the Tigers since the second.
Look at that pitch, kind of up in the zone, and Riley does a good job of staying within himself and just pulls those hands in and hits it right back up the middle. That's one thing we've seen the Tigers do the last few games. He's that big part of the field.
Great looking young player right there, Riley Green. Got a chance to be a star for a while here in Detroit. Had a hit and an RBI yesterday. Cole Keith takes a ball high. Keith walked and scored the lone Tiger run, scored on the sac fly by Sweeney. And a strike. Bybee gets a fastball in there. There's Cade Smith. He is the hammer, the fireman that comes in typically for the starter or when there is early trouble if need be. Stephen Vogt has him ready. Guardians set up for a double play ball and a defensive swing by Keith. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, good pitch there. Had a little bit of movement going away, and you see Cade Smith getting ready pretty quick. I would think one more guy gets on, you're going to see that guy hammer come in.
Most electric fastball in the game right there. And he's getting ready quickly. The 1-2. Count stays the same. Torkelson on deck. That was the combination that delivered a run yesterday. Keith and Torkelson. Lead runner on. Tugged that one, Bybee, and it's ball 2. Tigers lead this series 2-1. They've won the last 2 games. They had dropped 6 of 7 to the Guardians before the last 2 wins. A called strike 3. Bottom of the zone. Tanner Bybee finds it with the fastball and rings him up. A strikeout, his 3rd.
Well, I'll tell you what, best fastball of the night for him. I mean, painted down at 96, and you can see just froze. Keith, what a beautiful pitch.
Delivered it right to the spot. Has not been able to throw many strikes with that fastball. Remember, he is a strike thrower. His scouting report, he's a guy that does pound the strike zone. Rarely do you see him have this kind of poor command. Talking about the first 2 innings with Bybee. He's been good the last 2. Spencer Torkelson singled in the second and then got doubled off in a key play in this game right now.
I think one thing Stephen Vogt and probably Carl Willis are in there talking about too, BA, though, is with Cade Smith. It's the second time now you've got him pretty hot down there. So at what point do you sometimes just have to say, I'm bringing the big fella in the game?
That's a great point. Those throws count too. Ground ball, double play chance here. Flip it to the bag. Rocchio to first in time. Tanner Bybee gets it off the end of the bat And a room service double play. Jimenez to Rocchio. Over to Naylor. Inning is over. Wipes out a leadoff single, and we are still tied at 1. We go to the 5th. Postseason on TBS is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers. And by Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together. Please drink responsibly. Oh yeah, loosen up that neck. Josh Naylor, it's a tight one here tonight. We're all tied at 1. Tyler Holton is on the mound. Reese Olson out after 4 innings. And Holton, who has been one of their pitching MVPs this year, Frenchie, steps in with the top of the order coming up.
Well, you saw how good those numbers were, even better in the second half. .83 ERA for Holton in the second half. And you know, facing this top of the order, that's a little revenge after what happened game 1.
Closed it down yesterday as Kwan fly ball to left field. And Riley Green makes the catch for out number 1. Don't forget, coming up tonight over on TBS and Max, Yankees-Royals game 4. Yankees can eliminate the Royals. Royals hoping to push that series back to Yankee Stadium for a game 5 Saturday. Tomorrow, Padres-Dodgers, the last division series in the National League. Mets have advanced. And who will they match up against? San Diego or LA? It's been a fun series. Swing and a miss. Kyle Manzardo.
Well, in first move that we're not seeing tonight. Usually this is time where David Fry would come up and pinch hit right here with Holton in the game.
Ground ball to Torkelson.
And I think
2 down.
And BA, I think what that tells me is whether it's Brisky, Vest in the 7th or so, Stephen Vogt still wants to keep that righty-left matchup at that point.
Saving his best pinch hitters for later. That was not the case yesterday. Vogt deployed his pinch hitters early in the game, as early as the 2nd inning with Noel. Here's Jose Ramirez now. He turns around, hits right-handed. Equally dangerous from the right side as he is the left side. Against Tyler Holton, 4 for 8. 3 of those 4 hits are doubles. And he sends that one deep into left field, and Ramirez will watch it fly out of here. Jose Ramirez has arrived here in game 4. Puts the Guardians in front 2-1 on a no-doubter into the bleachers in left field.
Man, we talked about his chance to deliver the big hit. And he did it right here. Talk about left from the left side, BA. 348 hitter this year. So you flip him around, but that is some of his strength. And he got a 1-0 changeup. 110 off the bat. 418 feet. Boy, you know, that had to feel good for the Guardians MVP.
He had some opportunities early. That at bat in the first with 2 on, he flew out. He connected that time. And now Naylor down the right field line pulls it foul. Pure swing of Jose Ramirez on the changeup.
Boy, you see how his head stays on that. Look at his eyes, right on the ball, hitting the bat. A lot of power.
3rd career postseason home run for Ramirez. And 39 home runs in the regular season. Guardians had their last game of the season canceled due to rain, so they played just 161. Ramirez was desperately hoping they'd play that game. He was hunting a 40-40 season.
Yeah, he couldn't have asked for a better spot on that changeup right there. It crept right back over the plate. Holton usually wants that pitch going away like his sinker. That one was middle.
Ramirez connects his 2nd hit of this division series. Had an RBI double in game 1. That was against Tyler Holton as well, who was the opener in that game. As Naylor takes a ball. We talked about this early in this division series, knowing the Tigers were going to be in this chaos mode at times, meaning they're going to roll the same group of relievers out there multiple times in a series, and sometimes it works very well. Oftentimes it doesn't as the series goes on. We kind of saw that last year with the Diamondbacks against the Phillies.
It did. It finally got him. If you remember, the Diamondbacks saw the high leverage pitchers for the Phillies quite a bit.
Holton spends one and a foul ball by Naylor.
But I think the advantage that the Tigers can feel right here, and I think it's why you're seeing Holton. I think it's why you'll see Bess Brisky tonight, because they have Tarek Skubal waiting in the wings in Game 5.
That is the ultimate hammer. Who's going to win the Cy Young this year. Oof, right off the heel of his glove. Nose bark. Hannafy getting ready for the Tigers. Holton's got his window here. Got to face a minimum 3 batters. He's got 2 outs here in the 5th inning. A 2-out home run by Jose Ramirez. Pitch number 8 against Josh Naylor. Broken bat. And Keith will make the play, and Holton is out of the inning, but Jose Ramirez finally makes his presence known. One of the game's best players, 6-time All-Star, launches a home run to put the Guardians in front 2-1 as we go to the home 5th. Booking.com. Frenchie, you said in the open, the big 3 of the Guardians have to deliver. Kwan, Ramirez, Naylor, all with hits. Ramirez with the go-ahead homer. Tanner Bybee back on the mound. First ball swinging. Zach McKinstry.
You know, you can even expand on that with Thomas because of being that 5-hole hitter. They got him at the deadline. That's their window right there. And so far tonight, they've answered here early in this game.
McKinstry, the number 7 hitter, walked his last time up. Jose Ramirez, his 3rd postseason home run. First time he's homered since the 22 wild card series. That was a sweep of the Rays by Cleveland. That was Game 1.
I'll tell you this too, BA. He keeps going like this. He's a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is.
You know, his numbers for a career starting to stack up in such a big way. 4 times he's driven in 100 runs. 3 times he's hit 30 or more homers. Signed a long-term deal, 7-year deal back in the 22 season. And that's what really kind of set the wheels in motion for this current version of the Guardians. First under Terry Francona, and now under first-year manager Stephen Vogt.
Hey, one more ball right here. I wouldn't be shocked to see him pop out of that dugout.
Could be going batter to batter here, huh?
I think so.
McKinstry, the leadoff man in the 5th, and he flies into left field. Got some carry. McKinstry sends Kwan deep. It is gone. Zach McKinstry, a game-tying home run in the 4th inning. A quick strike for the Tigers, and it's 2-2.
Well, you talk about one way to get the fans right back in the game. Got in that 3-1 count, and we kept wondering how long before he brings in Cade Smith. And I think he was trying to gas one more inning out of his ace after he had calmed down the 3rd and 4th. But here, 3-1 heater for McKinstry, and he was on that ball. Now tied up 2-2. Look at this, BA, 3-1. Heater away, McKinstry goes with it. Beautiful. Drives into that left center stands to tie this thing up at 2, and these fans are going crazy.
And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
First career postseason home run for Zach McKinstry. An opposite field smash ties the game at 2 apiece. And Stephen Vogt maybe trying to squeeze one too many hitters out of Tanner Bybee. Now goes with one of his best in Cade Smith. And he takes over in a 2-2 game. Nobody out here in the 5th inning.
You know, B.A., I think he just thought Tanner Bybee, those last 2 innings, might have found a little something, and he wanted one more, and now he had no choice but to go get Cade Smith, as you said, who's been absolutely unbelievable this year.
Smith with that electric fastball, 97 miles an hour. It's not just the velocity, it is how it is delivered, the extension in which he throws.
You see that bottom? He's faced 10 batters, 7 strike, not even hits, 7 strikeouts. And look, these hitters know that heater's coming and still can't catch up to that pitch.
1-2 the count, and a swing and a miss. Sweeney strikes out. That's the other part of Cade Smith arsenal, that splitter. And 1 away here in the 5th. We check in with Lauren.
You guys are talking about Cade Smith. Stephen Vogt told us he's like a machine. He's very routine oriented every single day. And I chatted with him earlier. He said our bullpen this season, it's been so much fun to be a part of. And the word I would use to describe it is unique. But the way that he's been dominating guys every single time he's out there this series, especially not having that postseason experience, it really is incredible.
Tell you what, and to think he made this team on the last day of spring training.
Hard to believe,
right?
How a season works out.
If you're the Chris Antonetti and you're Stephen Vogt, you're sitting there now thinking, what were we even thinking about?
Where would they be without him? Had a big velocity jump when he went from a starter to a reliever. But he enters this game not with a 2-1 Guardians lead. Instead, it's all tied at 2. Zach McKinstry's got a little ownage of Tanner Bybee as well. That's his 4th hit. His 5th hit, I beg your pardon, had been 4 for 13, and now he's got the home run. 2nd hit off Bybee in this division series. High fly ball right center. Wynn's got a hold of this one, kind of cutting across from right to left. And Thomas puts it away for out number 2. A reminder that Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org and follow Play Ball on X, Facebook, and Instagram. 2 quick outs for Smith. Top of the order now, Parker Meadows.
You know, you talk about that velocity. He goes from a starter to reliever. Reminds me of an old teammate of mine, Wade Davis, who was on the big stage with the Royals. 93, 94 as a starter, put him in the pen. 97, 98, and on that run they went back in 14, 15. One of the best closers in baseball.
Great comp. Parker Meadows, 1 out of 2. Had a little flare double his first time up, a hustle double. You hear all the time about Cade Smith, the extension, meaning how far away from the rubber he is when he lets the ball go. It's at 7'3", almost 7'4", 7 feet 4 inches. What does that mean to a hitter?
It means that he's throwing it out of his hand and it's across the plate. And the thing that makes it so tough is you got to respect the 96, 97. You said it. It's the best fastball in baseball. Now what he has is set up, Parker Meadows. If he wants to come with that split that you saw him get Sweeney on, he can do it right here too.
Smith, one of the 4 Canadians on this Guardians roster. Not too far from Windsor here, down south from where we sit in Detroit. 25 years of age, 6'5", born in British Columbia, went to college in Hawaii. And he misses low with the splitter.
Wow, give Parker Meadows a lot of credit, man. Laying off 2 tough splits to get this count to 3-2.
Meadows went down to the minor leagues, fixed his swing. He's come back. He's been excellent. Got a good swing off that time, but just got under it. Fly ball to center field for Thomas, and the inning is over. And Cade Smith comes on, 3 up and 3 down, but McKinstry delivers a big home run for the Tigers. We're tied at 2, 5 in the books in game. Yeah, we could be seeing bottles pop in 2 locations tonight. It is an elimination day. Tigers up 2-1 in this series. This game tied at 2 apiece. And Holden is back on the mound to start this Cleveland 6th inning. Lane Thomas, Will Brennan a lefty, Andres Jimenez a lefty. Thomas very good against left-handed batters, and he's 2 for 2 tonight with an RBI. Drove in a 2-out run in the first. Thomas against lefties this year hit .302. OPS at .878. AJ Hinch wants Holton for the 2 lefties coming up, which is a little bit opposite of his philosophy.
Yeah.
His philosophy is to get the matchup against the leadoff hitter. It's the first out of an inning that's most important to him.
He's seeing behind it. He wants to see how Stephen Vogt, if he's going to bring some of his righties off the bench or not.
And Thomas skies one, right field. Vierling for out number 1. Big out to get for Holden. These 2 managers, first-year manager Stephen Vogt. AJ Hinch has been through the fire. World Series winning manager with the Houston Astros in 2017.
Yeah, that's one thing I think we forget. He has managed 55 BA postseason baseball games in his career. So yes, it's different with his Tigers crew because of the mixing and matching the openers, but still a guy that's been there and been in these tight games late.
Will Brennan does get the at-bat. Stephen Vogt is sticking with his left-handed hitters. So guys like Noel and David Fry, Stephen Vogt is keeping those right-handed bats back for later. That's a shot caught.
Wow.
Holden with the quick reflexes snares it. Most likely it would have one-hopped the shortstop Sweeney.
I was going to say Sweeney was right there, but this was more impressive that he caught this ball.
A lot better highlight now.
Boom. And then just nonchalant BA. Oh, I had it the whole time.
Ooh. Right in the webbing. Tracked it all the way in. 2 outs now. Swing and a miss by Jimenez.
Now you wonder if a couple guys got on or if a runner got on that Stephen Vogt might pinch hit. But again, I think he wants to keep these lefties in here because he knows Holton's a high leverage lefty, right? As you can see, he went on that check swing. And you have Brisky and you have Vest down in the bullpen still.
Clearly went. 0-2 the count. Holden pitching in his 2nd inning. 2 outs. Jimenez lays off. There are the 2 that wait. And you're right, it's not about necessarily those 2 getting the at-bats against a lefty in the middle of the game. It's about these lefties getting the big at-bats against the power right-handers. Now swing at him is Holden wipes him out. Sharp 6th inning. 3 up, 3 down after giving up a go-ahead home run in the 5th. Tigers get it right back. We're 2-2, bottom 6. It on TBS is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. What a game this is. We've had a ton of great games in the postseason. This series no different. We're locked at 2. Bottom of the 6th. Tigers coming up. First ball swinging. Kerry Carpenter fouls it away. Cade Smith returns to the mound. Carpenter is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And a swing and a miss. It is 0-2. Hard to believe we have not had a pinch hitter yet.
After setting a record yesterday, we felt like.
We're already in the 6th inning.
But 38 players used yesterday, I think, wasn't it?
38 indeed. Only 52 available, 26-man roster. You got all those pitchers, so yeah, that was a big box score yesterday. Carpenter in a 2-2 game. And a little flare left center down, base hit. Kerry Carpenter, a leadoff single for the Tigers.
And I'll tell you what, that had to feel like a home run, B.A. off Cade Smith. First hit he's given up. He got it in on him right here. Carpenter's able to loft it out there into left field.
4 1/3 innings in this division series for Smith. That's the first hit he's given up. Matt Vierling now. Fastball strike. That fastball just rides through. You think as a hitter, judging by their body language, they think that's going to be down for a ball.
Again, he already throws it hard enough, and then like you talk about, because of the extension, that ball's almost thrown from like 50 feet.
Vierling way out in front. He had dialed it up for the fastball. He gets the curveball, and it's 0-2.
Well, and that's what happens, right? You're late on the fastball. It's by you, so you kind of get started early. And I'll tell you what, he has such a good feel of when to throw that off-speed pitch. Now as a hitter, you're 0-2, and you're just in battle mode.
Pitching in his second inning. Came on after the home run by McKinstry that tied the game. And a swing at him as just wiped him out with that breaking ball. Second strikeout for Cade Smith, and 1 away in the 6th.
And look at this thing. That thing started on the edge of the plate and ended up about 2 inches off.
That was a great look.
Yep.
Todd Tischner wearing the mass cam for us. Fastball down and in. Riley Green takes the ball. Hunter Gaddis is getting ready. Stephen Vogt is in to his 4 horseman era of his relievers right now. The talented Green. Ooh, close pitch, didn't get the call. Naylor stuck the landing. Todd Tischner's had a good zone tonight, though. He hasn't budged on these borderline pitches.
Problem was, too, Naylor was set up so high. Probably blocked the view a little bit.
Runner at first, 1 out. Green takes a ball inside, and it's 3-0. Well, if there was ever a time for a green light, it would be now. You don't get many opportunities against Cade Smith. And Green is their best hitter. And he missed badly. Ball 4 on 4 pitches. Riley Green draws the walk. First and second with 1 away.
They have a whole group of people who are dedicated to working with arenas and sports teams on strategies to eliminate and reduce their waste.
Stephen Vogt pops out of that first base dugout. Cade Smith facing 6 batters, giving up a single and a walk in this inning, and now the right-hander Hunter Gaddis is coming on. Even though Colt Keith, a lefty, is coming up, Smith is at the end. Two long balls in this one. Jose Ramirez, 3rd career postseason homer. That was in the 5th. Gave the Guardians a 2-1 lead. Just the 2nd hit for Ramirez. And then Zach McKinstry, his first postseason home run. It tied the game in the very next frame. That was in the bottom of the 5th inning to lead off. And that's where we sit. 2-2. Cade Smith is out. Hunter Gaddis is in. 78 appearances in the regular season. A 1.57 ERA. And here he comes with 2 on and 1 away.
Well, mid-90s fastball, one of the nastiest sliders you are going to see. And I just think Cade Smith, at the end of the day, he's pitching all 4 games. And I just think you saw a little fatigue. And I think that's why Stephen Vogt went out and brought in his other high-leverage righty.
Keith pulls it foul. Cade Smith, 26 pitches across the 2 innings. Ends up with an inning and a 1/3 officially, giving up a hit, a walk, 2 Ks. And 2 runners his responsibility. Colt Keith with 2 on, 1 out. Here comes Gaddis, and he missed.
Well, you knew this game when it got going in the later innings, when it became a bullpen game, You got the two best bullpens in the American League this year, ERA-wise. Cleveland #1, Cleveland in all of baseball, and Detroit's bullpen sitting there #2, right behind them.
And they've added new pieces too. They're even better. That one misses. Gaddis evens the count 2-2. Those 78 games this year, that's high volume. 13 times he came into a game with runners on, inherited runners. Inherited 18, gave up 6. That's about middle of the pack. That's something he did a lot of. Swing and a miss. He got a nasty slider. 90-mile-an-hour spinner. And it's out #2. A strikeout to the first batter face for Gaddis.
Now that's his pitch. 163 average against. 31 strikeouts this year and only giving up 1 home run on that pitch. And sped him up with the heater and an 89 back foot.
Total Motion presented by Progressive. First pinch hitter of the game, and we're in the 6th inning, which is news. Wencel Perez is going to get the at-bat here with 2 on. 2-2 game. Tigers up 2-1 in this best-of-5. Gaddis deals. Perez tracks it in, takes a strike.
Well, you remember Wencel came in that game too and had an unbelievable bat off Clase in the 8th inning, 1st and 2nd. Of course, Kwan made the catch of the series in left field, but here he is deploying his best option here, A.J. Hinch.
Carpenter at 2nd, Green at 1st. In the dirt. Wow, Naylor. Tremendous block of that pitch. That was no easy pitch to handle. You see a lot of catchers now on one knee going to like a backhand pick, but he put his body in front of it. Keeps him off 2nd and 3rd.
It's a beautiful job, as you said.
Textbook. Still 1st and 2nd, 2 men out. Perez in the air to left field, sinking fast. It's down. A base hit. In to score is Carpenter. The Tigers have the lead. Wencel Perez comes through in the clutch. 3-2 Detroit.
Now, baseball's a funny game, B.A. Game 2, he absolutely smokes one. He catches it right here. You can hear it, broken bat. But this one, Kwan couldn't get to.
Carpenter looks like he's coming up a little short, hobbling on his way in. What a big hit. Now the Tigers have the lead in the bottom of the 6th. McKinstry, big swing and a miss. They found the crack in this dynamic Cleveland bullpen in game 2. And now they have delivered. The run belongs to Cade Smith. Inherited runner scored off Gaddis. McKinstry fouls it away. 0-2 the count. You have to keep an eye on Carpenter here. He was booking it as hard as he could.
Right there. When he stepped on 3rd, you saw that face go right after, and that's a hamstring all over right there.
Looked like left leg. He's down in the clubhouse right now. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Here comes Gaddis. McKinstry lays the bat on it, fouls it off.
Yeah, Cade Smith, Gaddis in the game here in the 6th. Elimination games, BA, can make you bring in guys at different times they're not used to. Saw it with the Phillies yesterday. Hoffman, Estevez in the 5th, 6th inning for them. So gotta keep it right here if you're the Guardians.
Another great play by Naylor. Oh, that hit him. Beg your pardon. Hits McKinstry. That's going to load the bases. Hit him on an 0-2 pitch. McKinstry is on, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
Well, he's trying for that back foot slider. Same one he got Keith to strike out on, and this one he overcooked and hit him right on the back foot. The movement on that slider.
They are loaded. What a moment right here. Trey Sweeney, the rookie shortstop. Sweeney on the first pitch. Ground ball to Ramirez. He'll go across in time. And the side is retired. But the Tigers up 2-1 in this best of 5. They have taken the lead. Wencel Perez, the first pinch hitter of the game, drives in a run with a single. 3-2 Tigers. It's presented by Booking.com. Wencel Perez denied in game 2 on that great catch by Kwan. Not denied here tonight. Puts the Tigers ahead. He's in right. Bierling goes to first. And the new pitcher is Sean Gunther. The lefty out of the bullpen has been excellent in his 17 games in the big leagues. And he's got John Kinsey Noel to lead off. So a ton of changes here to set us up for the 7th inning. New pitcher, pinch hitter. And Perez stays in the game in right. Big bouncing ball. Sweeney fires it. And close and out. Ooh, this one is going to be a close call.
I think he just got him, BA, but he took his time on this ball. You want to talk about coming through the ball. As you can see, they're not going to do it, but Noel runs pretty good for a big guy, and you can see Sweeney waited a little too far back on this one.
Got one of those arms that's always just enough, and no challenge. Remember, teams get 2 challenges in the postseason. They get 1 added. So Gunther with the first man out. Brian Rocchio, switch hitting shortstop, turns around, hits right-handed for the first time. The 0-1 and a spinner there for a strike. Bo Brisky, he will be next. For AJ Hinch, the plan to the finish line pretty clear at this point.
I would think so. With Brisky and Vest sitting down there, they're going to try to get Gunther to get through Kwan. I would think so right here. And if they send Fry up, then you can bring Brisky in for Mazzardo. So a lot of mixing and matching here this inning.
Rocchio late on it, fouls it away. We still have not seen the Tigers closer, Jason Foley. AJ Hinch said it's just a matchup situation. He does not match up well against the Guardians. Doesn't mean he won't pitch tonight. Rocchio fouls that one away.
And if I'm AJ Hinch, I'm looking, and I got Brisky and I got Vest.
Riding with those two.
10 1/3 innings pitches postseason combined for those two. 0 hits allowed, 13 strikeouts.
We saw Foley in the wild card series against Houston. That ball is on the barrel, hit into center field, but playable. Meadows makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down for Gunther here in the 7th inning.
Well, they hit it pretty good, BA, just wrong part of the field. When you start talking center field here at Comerica Park, there's not many people that are going to hit it out there. You need Miguel Cabrera to come back and get an AB.
He's still on the payroll.
He is, yeah.
One of the many on the payroll that's not on this active roster for the Tigers. Stephen Kwan now. Key hitter for Detroit. Gunther facing Kwan with Manzardo due next. Got a couple of lefties coming up. Guardians running out of time here in the 7th inning. They've got Tim Herron. He's part of their big 4 down there. He'll be next. Tigers have Rogers, Meadows, and Carpenter coming up. We'll see if Carpenter's able to take the at-bat. There's a base hit. Kwan slaps it back up the middle. Stephen Kwan with 2 more hits.
Well, and you're wondering what they were going to do now. Kwan, of course, continues to stay hot. Smoked this ball right back where it came from. Nice piece of hitting, and now Fry is going to come in for Mazzardo, and now you see AJ Hinch come out, and you're going to see Bo Brisky come into this ball game.
Jose Ramirez couldn't get to that bat rack fast enough. Now he's on deck. David Fry is going to pinch hit, and AJ Hinch is in go for it mode right now. Fry announces a pinch hitter. Bo Brisky is coming on. 3-2 Tigers, 2 outs in the 7th. Both managers, some of their best coming on. Bo Brisky out of that Detroit bullpen. He has been lights out this postseason, Frenchie.
And you know what? He's done everything. He's saved games. He's come in the middle to put out fires. Kind of a little bit like Gage Smith for the Guardians And Bo Brisky here now is in this ball game.
And the patience of Stephen Vogt to keep Fry back until this moment. You talked about it early. Vogt didn't go at Fry early in this game when he had some better matchups. Now he's got Fry in there against Brisky, who is not allowed a hit in this postseason run. First pitch, fastball, strike.
Now, if you remember too, David Fry had that great at bat yesterday that could have made the game 3-2, and Bierling at third base made an unbelievable catch. So he's swinging the bat well right now.
Great call. Had a double and 2 RBIs in game 1. Did Fry. Pops this one up. That's going to head for the seats. And the count is 0-2.
A.J. Hinch put Perez in there, his best pinch hitter, and kind of where this game's at right now. Stephen Vogt, in a way, taking a shot here with Fry.
Perez delivered a 2-out go-ahead RBI single in the 6th. And now it's Fry. Brisky. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Popped him up, foul out of play. Count remains 0-2. Danger looming. Can David Fry get Jose Ramirez to the plate? Ramirez is almost standing behind home plate.
He's getting a good view.
He is trying to get a look. Look at him. You can see him.
Smart man.
By the booking.com sign. That misses. 1-2.
Well, if you remember, A.J. Hinch told Lauren Shahadi earlier today on the two-way, you know what keeps me up at night? Figuring out how to get Jose Ramirez out.
That's right. That's exactly what he
hopes
said.
it stops right here with Fry.
Here comes Brisky. Fry lays off, but it gets by. Rogers can't find it. Still can't find it. Kwan to second base on what will be a wild pitch. Tying run now in scoring position. And from 0-2 to 2-2 now. I mean, that wasn't that far from Jose Ramirez. 3-2 Tigers lead. Guardians batting in the 7th. Brisky deals it. And Fry in the air, deep left field. This is back, this is up, and gone! David Fry, a 2-run smash. The Guardians have the lead. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2-run go-ahead homer. David Fry, wow.
Well, we talked about that at bat yesterday. Smoked that ball. This one, he got elevated right here. 101 off the bat, 382.
Here's Ramirez. First pitch, a ball.
Look at this, down, BA, right where you want it, where you can get extension. Look at that, pulls his hands in, man. What a beautiful view, what a beautiful swing, and a massive result.
Could be a season saver for the Guardians if they go on to win this game. David Fry, pinch hit, 2-run home run. He had just 2 career at-bats against Brisky, had struck out both times. Stephen Vogt pushing the right button right there. Ramirez, big swing and a miss. 2-1 to count. Oh, clutch on the road. Deep into left center. Into the bullpen it goes.
You know what's interesting is you're starting to see, and you can see Brisky can't believe it, you're starting to see the wear and tear of some of these bullpens pitching every day. Brisky, 27 pitches yesterday. But let's talk about this. 27 high-stress pitches in that game, you know, and you're starting to see it. Cade Smith, Hunter Gaddis, these hitters are getting more looks at these guys, and that's what makes this game so intriguing with 2 great bullpens like this, back and forth.
Now the run of A-list relievers that have given up runs in this postseason, it's shocking. Some of the best relief pitchers in the game. As Ramirez takes a ball. Jose Ramirez homer in the 5th, put the Guardians up 2-1. McKinstry homered in the 5th, the bottom half to tie it. Ramirez pops this one up, should end the inning. Sweeney is there, and that is the inning, but David Fry has his moment. What a moment it was. Game 4 with the Guardians facing elimination. Barreled it, sends it out. 4-3 Cleveland. Stretch time in Detroit.
Third on a base hit by Perez. Tweak left string a little bit. He ended up going to the back. Hasn't come out. Yeah, I haven't seen him in the dugout. And guys, he's due up third this inning, so something to really keep an eye on.
All right, good report there, Lauren. Thank you. First man up, Jake Rogers leads off for the Tigers. Now down a run. There was Kerry Carpenter after he scored that run going down to the clubhouse, has not reemerged. And they're going to need his bat. We'll see if he's able to answer the bell. Swing at a miss. Rogers down 0-2 now. Number 9 hitter. Parker Meadows due next, then Carpenter's turn. Guardians have flipped the scoreboard on a David Fry homer. His first career postseason home run makes it 4-3 Cleveland. Austin Hedges takes over behind the plate. Hunter Gaddis deals, and it's in there. Called strike 3. Got him on a changeup. 77-mile-an-hour changeup. Look like he threw a wiffle ball in there.
You don't ever see that, and you can see Rogers just he didn't know what was coming. Look at the movement, this thing coming back, and Hedges, great job, of course, behind the plate. Just framing that pitch.
Gaddis came on, gave up the go-ahead single to Perez. That was with 2 outs in the 6th. Now Gaddis pitching with a lead. Top of the order, Parker Meadows. Well, there's your answer. Kerry Carpenter spot due next. Chase Young on deck. Got a pinch hit appearance yesterday.
We talked about managers. Stephen Vogt in his rookie year yesterday. Flip those guys quick. Second inning, third inning. Tonight, BA a little more patient. It paid off.
And a strike from Gaddis. 1-2 the count. Tim Herron continuing to loosen in the bullpen. He'll have the 8th. Josh Naylor set to lead off, and a little flare back on it. Ramirez. Rocchio calling him off and makes the catch. Rocchio was kind of over on a shift. He had a long way to go. Very fast runner, and he tracks it down for out number 2.
Yeah, you can see him calling it the whole time. And of course, Jose does a good job getting out of the way.
Those were sweet words for Jose Ramirez.
Yes.
Much easier play for Rocchio on the
Go
run.
ahead.
2 up, 2 down here for Gaddis. Tigers have activity in their bullpen as well. Game changes a little bit. Job, the rookie. Haven't seen him in this division series yet. Jace Young pinch hitting. Saw Young yesterday, got an at-bat. Finally got himself into this division series. Brother of Josh Young of the Rangers, Emmanuel Clase, the Guardians closer, behind the cage. Hoping he gets his turn to try to push another save. He's been sitting on a blown save for a few days now. Not a blown save.
Yeah,
a 0-0
it
game.
felt like it because of how dominant he's been, but he has been waiting for that opportunity to get back in this ball game.
2-2 the count to Young, and he takes a ball. 3-2 the count. Chase, one of the many rookies. Bierling waiting to hit next. And he draws a walk. He's pumped. Comes off the bench. 23-year-old rookie is aboard and carries the tying run here in the 7th inning. Wear what the players are wearing on field during the postseason. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, tees, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite team's postseason gear. Carl Willis on his way out. Maybe, if nothing else, to give Gaddis a little bit of a breather here. Matt Vierling stepping up to the plate with 2 outs in this 7th inning.
And I think more than anything, like you said, this is going to be his last hitter. If you got Heron down there, the lefty getting warm with Riley Green on deck. And it's probably more than anything, like you said, calming him down. And you know what? Carl Willis probably said, I did it earlier and it worked. Why not do it again?
That man's made a lot of trips to the mound in his career. That was an important one right there. Matt Vierling competed in a World Series for the Phillies just 2 years ago. The only Tiger with postseason experience prior to this one. 25 of their 26 players had never been in it. Vierling takes a ball. Close pitch.
They've been attacking him on the outside corner all night, these righties. Sliders, even fastballs away. They're not trying to come into him and let him turn.
Only 2 at-bats for Vierling against Gaddis. He had a double, 1 for 2, and a walk. And that one just missed.
And 1 for 2 with a double and a walk in his career off Gaddis.
Young, the rookie, with a pinch hit appearance and a walk. Vierling fouls it away. 2 balls and a strike. Gaddis can hit so many different spots on the velocity spectrum. The changeup's at 77. The fastball's at 97.
Yeah.
Sliders at 90. See what he has in mind for Vierling. Tigers down a run. 2-1 the count. Right off the end of the bat.
You can see he is just staying away. Every pitch, not messing with that inside part. You got to believe, same thing. He is trying to force Vierling to go the other way and not let him have. He's got great pull power.
Saw Gaddis in game 2. Reemerges in game 4. He deals, and there it is, that changeup. Comebacker gets the strikeout of Vierling. Inning is over. Works around a 2-out walk. Maintains a 4-3 Guardians lead as we go to the 8th inning in game 4. Nominee Colin Farrell is the Penguin in the new HBO original limited series. Sundays 9 Eastern exclusively on Max. Big home runs in this game. David Fry with a 2-run blast that flipped that scoreboard to 4-3 Cleveland. We are in the 8th. Jackson Jobe, the rookie, will face Naylor. First ball swinging, foul grounds, playable. 1 pitch, 1 out for Jackson Jobe, who is the Tigers' #1 pitching prospect, Frenchie.
Yeah, boy, you talk about stuff. This young kid right here can throw it up there. High velocity fastball, upper 90s, and a good cutter change. Big thing for him is experience, and you see that postseason game in Houston kind of struggled, the nerves. A.J. Hinch told us today, though, good chance he gets in this ball game, and here he is.
We put his regular season numbers up. It's almost comical.
Yeah.
Because this is the way the Tigers are rolling right now. 2 games in the big leagues. He made his big league debut September 25th. I mean, it's one thing to try to get to the major leagues, get yourself acclimated, find a place to live. You're right into the postseason. Thomas fouls it back. Jobe in a 1-2 count. Thomas, 2 hits, 2 sharp singles.
You know, going back to last inning, B.A., Fry obviously the big hit, but you know what's not lost on me is Quan with that single up the middle to continue his great postseason.
Well, there have been There've been a lot of 2-out base runners in this game on both sides.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're leaving a lot of laundry on the field. And that was certainly the case yesterday, but that sets up those chances. Thomas, a fly ball to right field. Coming in, Perez. He's got it. Out number 2. Send it down to Lauren.
Yeah, Jackson Jobe was asked the other day what he's learned so far being in the big leagues. He said the biggest thing coming out of the bullpen and not being a starter is you don't need to rely solely on your routine. He said the adrenaline takes over. He said routine is important in a long season, but it doesn't always need to be perfect every second. That's something he's been working on coming out of the pen.
Yeah. And what you learn when you come to the big leagues all week, the 1 week you were in the big leagues before the postseason started.
Well, and you should have told him, Lauren, don't worry, you won't be in the pen next year. You'll be starting every 5 days.
He's a horse. He is a future ace, they believe. That's a good spinner right there. Jackson is the son of Brant Jobe, former PGA Tour player, Champions Tour player, great golfer. And a fly ball right field on the run, Perez. And Perez, oh, it's off his glove and off the wall. Ball's live. Brennan into second base with a double. It was in his glove momentarily.
Man, I thought he made a great catch, and I think he had it. And I think the wall, oh no,
Yeah, it hit the wall.
Yeah, it hit the wall. It went behind him. That's why we lost the ball for a minute. He trapped it with his body on the wall.
That almost went out just below the yellow line. Got to remember, Winsell Perez just converted to the outfield from the infield last season. Gave a great effort, couldn't come up with it. Another 2-out base runner, swinging a foul by Jimenez.
Hey, you sit here and you watch Joe B.A. and you watch his stuff, the high velocity. You saw that cutter a minute ago. We saw the sweeper. Think about him and Skubal in a rotation together. It's pretty solid.
No question. Skubal lined up for game 5 if we end up there. Right now the Guardians, with a win tonight, will force a game 5. Jackson Jobe with a runner at second. A big run out there on the ground. Oh, what a play! Throw to first in time! Wow! Saves a run. Colt Keith, full layout.
What a play right here. In the hole, full extension.
Inning over. Jimenez robbed. Still 4-3 Cleveland.
Inning and possibly save another run. Great play by Keith. Veerling stuck a little in no man's land.
There was some panic.
There's some panic, but he got back. Let's take a look at this right here. Veerling's looking at him going, oh my God, he made the play and I need to be at first.
He got caught observing for a moment, but he does get back in time. He's only played 59 regular season innings at first base, Veerling. But it was a great play, and it keeps it at 4-3, and Colt Keith comes up with a defensive gem. Ramirez thought that was through for a little insurance. Riley Green, and a line drive, center field, base hit. Green greeting Herron with a single, and the Tigers have the tying run on to start the 8th.
Well, I'll tell you what, B.A., you saw Herron come in. Hey, you know that's a lot of outs for Clase to get, right? 6 outs, a 6-out 2-inning save. For me, though, Herron, this is his 4th game pitching. We talk about Brisky, we talked about Cade Smith getting tired all 4 games. Well, now Herron here, the lefty.
Starting to feel a little attrition here with all this usage. Oh, Andy Ibanez pinch hitting, takes a mighty hack. Ibanez delivered one of the biggest hits for the Tigers this postseason. Keith makes a great play. Ibanez hits for him. And Ibanez, right field, backing up on it is Brennan. He's got it just shy of the wall. Out number 1. Long, loud out. Ibanez just missed it a click.
Man, you ain't lying. That ball went all the way to the warning track right there and took him back to the wall.
One away, key out for Herron. Here's Wencel Perez. Switch hitter hitting right-handed. Perez pulls it foul. Guardians trying to get through this 8th. Emmanuel Clase would have the 9th. Certainly would be available in this 8th inning if Herron runs into more trouble. Herron's got another lefty due up next. On the ground, through, base hit. A one-hopper through the infield, and Wencel Perez turn it into a dude right now for the Tigers. 2 for 2 off the bench tonight. First and second with one out.
Well, he smokes this ball right here, just past it. You know, BA, we were wondering how many guys Herron would get. Even with the lefty-lefty matchup right here, he's going to get Clase. And I'll be honest, I can't blame him.
Well, this is about to be turned up to another level. Emmanuel Clase gave up the 3-run homer in game 2 in a scoreless game. He is coming on with the Guardians up 4-3, needing 5 outs to send this series back to Cleveland for a game 5. We'll set it up when we come back. To you by Geico. Get more baseball. Get more with Geico. What a game this has been. Another topsy-turvy affair in game 4. Huge home runs. David Fry made it 4-3 Guardians. Tigers have 2 on with 2 singles in this 8th. And here is Emmanuel Clase, the top closer in the game. And his first outing since giving up a 3-run home run in game 2. And he cannot hear through the pitch comm receiver. Interesting difference here between Clase from game 2 and tonight, Frenchie, is the fact that Austin Hedges is behind the plate. Hedges started that game. And Naylor finished it.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Only 2 times this year he'd thrown 3 sliders in a row back on April 6th, and of course on that night, and we know, electric 100-mile-per-hour cutter. McKinstry 1 for 3 with a single in his career against Clase.
2 on, 1 out. McKinstry takes a strike. Zach delivered a game-tying home run in the 5th inning. Opposite field homer. His first postseason home run. Riley Green, good speed at second base. Perez, good speed at first. McKinstry on the ground, slow roller. Jimenez underhands it over to Naylor for out number 2. McKinstry, a fast runner. Jimenez had to get it there quickly. Both runners advance, but there are 2 outs now in the 8th.
Yeah, but for Trey Sweeney, if he wants to draw from anything, if you remember, he's the one that got the hit before Kerry Carpenter hit that 3-run homer. He got that single to right field off that cutter.
He loves the first pitch. Sweeney 0 for 2, had a sac fly. Second and third, and a swing and a foul. Jumped on 102 on his knuckles.
Well, I think Hedges is back there letting you know what he's throwing right now. If he gets beat, he's getting beat with his best, and that's that cutter right now.
Big spot. Clase deals, swing and a miss. Triple-digit fastball. That's a cut fastball, by the way. There's no pitch like it in the majors. Nobody throws that pitch that hard, ever. 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Guardians by a run. Seeing how high Sweeney will go. He lays off that one. The rookie Sweeney called up in mid-August in a huge spot. Got a good cut, fouls it away. Somehow getting to that inside cut fastball.
I mean, look, if there was ever a perfect time to throw a slider, but I get it. You're continuing right here. 99 to 101 in on the hands. Does not want to let him get extended at all.
Jake Rogers hoping for a chance. Clase ready for a 1-2. Here he comes. And a swing and a miss. Down he goes. Clase with a stare down. Struck him out. 101-mile-an-hour cutter. Nasty. Inning over. Tigers strand 2. Still 4-3 Cleveland. Aggressive. Guardians, Tigers, game 4. This thrilling American League Division Series. And we're coming right down to the finish line now. 9th inning. Guardians lead it 4-3 on a David Fry 2-run 7th inning homer. Came with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Austin Hedges first at bat. But his most important job right now is to navigate Clase to the finish line.
Those were some angry pitches, weren't they?
And well placed.
102.
Those were pitches out of the strike zone by design that were getting swings.
I mean, he was basically letting them know, I'm coming in with a cutter at 101, so get ready for it.
Sweeney strikes out, as many have done. 1-2 the count. Jackson Joe back out, and a fly ball to left. Routine for Green. Out number 1. Let's look ahead to the Tigers' 9th, Frenchie. They are 9-1-2 in their batting order. Remember, Kerry Carpenter, who hit that 3-run homer off Clase, is out with an injury. Looked like some lower leg injury on the left side as he was rounding third. We have not gotten a report from the Tigers clubhouse on that injury, but it's Rogers, Meadows, and Jace Young, the scheduled hitters.
Now, Justin Henry Malloy is the only one left that you have on that bench besides obviously your backup catcher.
Clase gets the last 2 outs of the 8th, and we'll see him in the 9th.
But I will tell you again,
that's a swing.
He definitely went. If you remember, this will be only the 3rd time that Clase this year has pitched, sat down, and come back out. Of course, he got that out in the 8th inning in game 2, and then the 9th inning was when he came back out and gave up 4 hits.
He looks pretty stressed in there. Tranquilo.
I can tell you this, man, if I threw 102 with a cutter, I'd feel pretty good about life, too.
It's a swagger that just comes with that kind of weaponry. Rocchio takes a ball. Imperative for the Tigers for Jackson Jobe to give him 2 scoreless innings here. Will vest just in case. Day off tomorrow, travel day. Time to empty it out. And a line drive to center field, a base hit. Rocchio continues to swing a hot bat in this postseason. On base for the 2nd time. He also had a line out tonight. And it's a 1-out single. Guardians have an insurance runner aboard.
Hey, now they're going to bring up Stephen Kwan, 7 for 15 this series for the Guardians at that leadoff spot.
Been their best hitter. Remember, he only recorded 8 plate appearances in the last month of the season. Just a couple of games. Has shown no rust in this postseason. His very first at-bat of the division series, he roped a double off the right field fence. He's been hitting ever since. 2 more hits tonight. 2 runs scored.
Yeah, just thinking along, though, for A.J. Hinch, you do have that opportunity, B.A., for Justin Henry Malloy if you wanted to, maybe that 3rd spot. Look, as a right-hander, it's a little easier to hit that cutter than a lefty coming in. Righties are hitting 191 compared to lefties hitting 115. So I know it's not awesome stat.
91's better than 15.
It is. It's like Mariano Rivera. When you face him, I always said it was a little easy right-handed because usually that ball's either straight or going away from you. Where lefties, you saw with Sweeney last inning in McKinstry, that thing's bearing in on your knuckles.
Jobe delivers. Kwan fouls it back, stays at 1-2. Clase recording the last 2 outs with 2 runners on. Struck out Sweeney with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Jose Ramirez is hoping for a chance this inning. Runner goes, hit and run on, and a base hit. All the way to 3rd goes Rocchio, Stephen Kwan with his 3rd hit of the game, 6 hits in the last 2 games, and the Guardians are set up now. 1st and 3rd, 1 away. A.J. Hinch on his way to the mound.
Man, what a series he's had. He's shown you go the other way, pull the hands in. 8 for 16 now in this series, and I can tell you this, if you're Stephen Vogt, that 1 run right there would be massive for your team.
Rocchio had the 1-out single, ends up at 3rd on the Kwan single. Jackson Jobe, tough spot for a rookie to be in. He will exit. Here comes Vest. 4-3 Guardians threatening in the 9th here in game 4. By Booking.com. Well, A.J. Hinch going with his best. Will Vest, he has been outstanding. 4 games in the postseason, has not allowed a hit, 7 strikeouts. That includes a save. And Vest is on to try to squash this rally here by the Guardians. Rocchio and Kwan at the corners. David Fry, 2-run go-ahead home run in the 7th. He's the reason it is 4-3 Cleveland. 2nd at bat for him. Shows bunt, gets it down, squeezes on, and safe. Kwan and Rocchio both move up. Rocchio on the safety squeeze, able to score the run, and it's 5-3. How about that? You had a home run in 1 at bat, and then a squeeze bunt to give you a 5-3 lead for David Fry.
What a beautiful job. Look, Vest did everything he could. Beautiful kind of thing. And good slide by Rocchio. They're getting that right hand in as he went across. And I'm telling you, man, you hit the 2-run homer and you come up in the next time. Look at that beautiful slide. You get the squeeze down. David Fry doing everything in this ball game.
Not only does it score a run, it advances a runner. It gets Ramirez to the plate.
You know, BA, I was telling you kind of during the break, I was a little shocked that Vest didn't come in before this, being kind of their guy at that time. After Rocchio got on, I thought they'd bring Vest in to face Kwan at that point. To me, the tough thing was you didn't give Vest any wiggle room, right? Like, you didn't give him an opportunity to get out. If you were going to bring him in, or just bring him in to start the 9th inning.
Start to get a little fatigue on these relievers. You're trying to minimize how many outs they have to deliver as Ramirez pulls one down the right field line, watching it go foul. That's twice he has hooked him down there. Ramirez normally so good at keeping these fair. Just got out ahead of it.
See him and Sandy Alomar Jr. first trying to blow it fair.
Big run for the Guardians. They lead it 5-3. With Clase coming back out for the 9th. 2 on. Ramirez, a swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball. Vest, impressive. Strikes out Jose Ramirez for the 2nd out of the inning.
It just beats him to the punch. Perfect location. You can see Rogers didn't even have to move the mitt.
1st and 2nd here with 2 outs now for Josh Naylor. First ball swinging, fly ball to left. Riley Green is under it. Guardians have added on those tack-on runs late. David Fry with 3 RBIs. Rocchio with a great slide. The safety squeeze. 5-3 Cleveland. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last call for the Tigers. Well, the MLB postseason delivers year after year. We have had a great postseason already. 5-3 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's the last call for the Detroit Tigers. The Guardians, Jeff Francoeur, trying to move this series back to Cleveland in front of their home fans.
Well, and if they are, they're going to have to do it against one of the best closers in the game. A guy that we saw last inning coming in 102 on the hands. And looking right now, it looks like we talked about if Justin Henry Malloy would get an AB. I think he's going to pitch hit for Rogers, try to get him on. But I'll tell you what, give a lot of credit to Stephen Vogt and not pulling the plug early to me and pinch hitting guys, saving them. And David Fry, you talk about a guy who can do it all. 2-run homer, squeeze the next time.
2-run homer put him ahead. Safety squeeze gave him a little insurance. Justin Henry Malloy will get the at-bat against Clase. Going with Malloy over Jake Rogers. Rogers had a hit off Clase. Started that rally in the 9th inning of game 2. And Clase deals. I will say, you pointed it out, it's only the 3rd time that Clase has done this. The up-down, the multiple innings.
Yeah.
Did it once in the regular season. Did it in game 2. And Malloy turns on it down the left field line. It is a fair ball. Rattles into the corner. It's hot. Malloy into second base with a double. And the tying run will come to the plate. Justin Henry Malloy, a leadoff double off the bench.
I look at him pull these hands in right here. And again, this is a perfect example. It's still got in on him some. The BA, we talk about right-handers have a little, to me, better opportunity because that ball's not bearing in on your hands. And I'll tell you what, you don't think that squeeze play for the Guardians is looming large right now? Massive.
Great call. I was going to say Clase stuff was a little diminished in that 2nd inning in game 2. Meadows, big bouncing ball. And there is out number 1. It does advance Rogers. I beg your pardon, it does advance Malloy. But with the Guardians up 2, that tying run still at home plate. 1 away in the 9th. Kerry Carpenter would have been the hitter here.
Yeah.
But an apparent injury taken out of this game. Jace Young now getting his 2nd plate appearance. He walked his 1st time up.
And again right now, if this was still a 1-run game, you'd have that Cleveland defense in right now. But of course, if you're them, they'll trade now for a run right here any day of the week.
The rookie Jace Young, 23 years of age. Big swing, bouncing ball. Coming over is Jimenez. Tough play. Clase there for him. A run will score. Young gets the RBI. That was no easy play. But the Gold Glove second baseman, the Platinum Glove second baseman, handles it with ease.
Again, look at all these lefties, BA. If you go look at the thing, 3 out of the 4 lefties. Ooh, man, did he snow cone that ball? That could have been disastrous. 3 out of the 4 lefties ground ball to second base.
It's 5-4. It's a 1-run game. Here's Matt Vierling. Vierling jumping on that first pitch, fouls it back. Clase and the Guardians an out away from sending this series back to Progressive Field Saturday night in Cleveland. Tigers have Tarek Skubal, their ace, queued up and ready to go for game 5. Austin Hedges on his way to the mound. Got to get this one right. There's Skubal. He was brilliant in both of his starts this postseason. One in Houston, the other in game 2 in Cleveland. 7 shutout innings.
You can see though, Justin Henry Malloy, a good swing. Even that first swing by Matt Vierling right there was a good hack he had on that pitch.
Malloy doubles, advances on a grounder, scores on a ground out. Agonizing to get to the finish line for those two. Clase deals the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Clase gave up 5 earned runs the entire season, and he's given up 4 here against the Tigers in 2 games. Tigers down to their last strike. The 0-2 down and away. 1-2 now. 5-4 Cleveland lead. 2 outs, the 1-2 pitch, and he goes. It's a strikeout to end the game. The insurance run for the Guardians in the 9th comes up big. Clase locks it down. A 5-out save. Guardians snap an 11-game losing streak when they face elimination. They hadn't won a game since Game 6 of the '97 World Series in elimination. Now this one, Frenchie's headed back to Cleveland.
Okay, we knew this was going to turn into a bullpen game, and you can see these bullpens. A lot of just wear and tear, pitching every day, every other day. Asked to do a lot, but I'll tell you what, give David Fry a lot of credit. I thought Stephen Vogt did a great job tonight, mixing and matching. And Clase, I'll tell you what, man, it's a tough guy. It's a tough ride. And BA, this series deserves 5 games, and we're going to get it. And it will be rocking in Cleveland. And you know what? The Guardians have never been so happy to face Tarek Skubal in their life.
Yep, the Tigers might have the ultimate weapon lined up and ready to go in Game 5. Tarek Skubal. Big win for Cleveland. Stephen Vogt patient with his pinch hitters early. Deployed David Fry at just the right time. Fry with a pinch hit, 2-run, 2-strike, 2-out homer in the 7th, his first career postseason homer. He's standing by with Lauren Jabara.
Thank you so much, BA. A 3 RBI night for David Fry. You go up to bat, you get down 0-2 in the count, you fight back, and you hit a 2-run bomb. What was going through your mind while you were standing there in the box?
Yeah, I was just trying to get a pitch to hit. Had some opportunities yesterday to drive some runners in and didn't get the job done, so I was looking to get it done for the boys, and luckily it went out.
You follow it up with a squeeze bunt. Do you usually do that back-to-back at bats or what?
No, the only bunt I've had this year was a double play, so I didn't think I was going to do it again, but they told me to, and luckily it worked.
Let's talk about the resilience of this team. You guys are down 3-2 in this game. You're down in the series, the season on the line. What is this team capable of when you're able to fight back like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've shown that all year long. That's who these guys are. We just got a bunch of tough dudes that, you know, we get down 2-1, we're in the locker room. It's just another day. We show up ready to play, try to get a win, and then let's go win Game 5.
How about the strong bullpen, especially Emmanuel Clase, 5-out save? What did you think about his performance and then your pitching staff in general?
Nothing new. Every single day. Every single day, it's like, how quick can we get to Cade Smith and let the other boys roll? And Clase was unreal today, and those guys have carried us all year.
What excites you the most about heading home to Cleveland, maybe closing this series out?
Just hopefully getting to win Game 5 in front of our fans.
Appreciate it, David. Congrats on the win. We'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks,
guys. What a magical year this has been. Thank you, Lauren. Thanks to David Fry. David Fry, an all-star this year, in his first full season in the big leagues. His 2nd year overall, made the all-star team, a career year to this point, and he comes up in a big spot.
And my favorite thing is what he told Lauren Jabara. I bunted one other time this year, bunted in a double play. So to do it on the biggest stage after a 2-run homer, that's what we love about October, BA, is people like David Fry coming out of nowhere, making a name. And I'm telling you, Game 5 in Cleveland is going to be awesome Saturday night.
Can't wait for it. Tarek Skubal will get the start. Guardians have not announced a starter. They may do so shortly. Guardians avoid elimination. Send us to Game 5. It'll be winner take all from Cleveland Saturday on TBS. A reminder, Game 4, Yankees-Royals, currently on TBS. For Jeff Rancour, Lauren Jabara, the rest of our terrific crew, led by Jeff Randolph, the Sponge, and Matt Lip. I'm Brian Anderson saying so long from Detroit. You've been watching the MLB postseason, exclusive home of the ALDS and ALCS.